Hey everyone, welcome to our trip that we did on the Easter long weekend. We were heading down to Peak Charles, took a few days to get there, and our first night stop was at Karalee Rocks, which is about 56 kilometres east of Southern Cross. This is a great camping spot with huge amounts of space. It's a little way in from the main road, about 4 kilometres in, but it's definitely worth the drive. Here is some aerial shots of the campground. There is a dam here which you can go swimming in, and there was also some people catching some yabbies. Well, trying to catch some yabbies. Not sure if they caught any though. And here is Karalee Rocks, where we went for a walk a bit later on in the day. As you can see, the rocks were not that far from the actual campground. Karalee Rocks was used as a water catchment. A steel aqueduct was erected which carried the water from the rocks to the dam. You can see here the stone brick wall that was erected, which caught the water running off the rocks and into the aqueduct. And here is the opening of the aqueduct where the water went through down into the dam. A cairns on top of the rock. Richard came across an old mine shaft as there was discovery of gold here. Here we are on our way to Cave Hill just for a quick stop and look. Richard and I did actually stay here last year when we did the Holland track trip. Go and check out that video to see more. We have now left Cave Hill Rock and are on Cave Hill Road. Well, it's more like a track really, and we're heading to our next campsite, which was just before Norseman. Came upon a tree laying across the track, so we decided to cut it up and move it. Seems to be a regular occurrence with us lately, but hey, it's worth it to make it easier for everybody else. Came across a couple of wild donkeys. We came across these thick steel posts along part of the track. Went for quite a few kilometres, so I'm very curious as to what they're for. If anyone knows, please leave a comment in the comments below. Our next campsite was a spot called Wingami Well, which was just a little bit north of Norseman. Just as we were leaving Norseman, one of our travelling companions was saying that one of his tyre pressures was going down. So we stopped on the side of the road to check it out. Spraying the tyre with some soapy water. If there is a hole, it would produce some bubbles. We couldn't find what was causing the tyre pressure to go down, so we just changed the spare wheel and then checked it out at our next camp spot. Stopped on the side of the road. We saw this gruesome scene. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show you. There was 4 dead sheep. It wasn't very nice to see. We checked out Lake Dundas Lookout, which is about 35 k's south of Norseman. It's a beautiful spot. The lake was a bit dried up. And it appears that some people have been camping here. with some awesome views of the lake.
People been doing donuts in there.
Getting closer to Peak Charles. You can see Peak Charles in the distance there, the one in the middle. And here we are at beautiful Peak Charles. There weren't many sites left when we got here, so some of us had to share, which was not too bad as we only had tents and rooftop tents, so it made it quite easy. Ladies playing a game of cards with a gorgeous backdrop. Trying out my drone again. As you can see, I'm still learning. Had to do some maneuvering away from these trees. But once I got her up, saw some awesome views. gorgeous is this peak? I did try to go higher to get the top of the peak, but unfortunately the drone got to its limit. An aerial shot of the campground. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode of our Peak Charles trip.